Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm back for another video, and in today's video I have a full Quincy weapon tier list for y'all. The reason why I'm making this video is because I see a lot of y'all in the comments saying, why do I use this weapon? Why don't I use this weapon for my Quincy videos? So this video should clear it up for you guys. I'm gonna have timestamps in the bottom or in the description if you're just looking for a specific weapon, so you can skip there, see why I put it in that tier. Yeah, if you want a full explanation and want to know what Quincy weapon to use, I recommend watching this video all the way through. Of course you don't have to, but it is recommended. So let's just get right into it. So first of all, we have the Quincy medic weapon. I'm gonna put this A tier. Why am I putting this A tier? Because the M1s are super good. The buff that it gives on the crit, although it doesn't come to you for team modes like clan wars, ranked, even like rank 2s, that's a very good passive to have, and I feel like just having it is very good. In the M1s, the damage, if you're going a Quincy medic build, you're going to want to use this weapon. There really isn't any other weapon you are going to want to use. So yeah, that's why I'm putting it 8 tier. Next we have the Quincy Kido weapon. So now I low-key am going to put this in D tier, or right at the bottom. Let me rename these tiers real quick. Alright, so I've renamed the tiers. We now have amazing, good, alright, mid, and trash. So yeah, the Quincy Keto weapon, in my opinion, right now is trash. The way you have to aim the crit for yourself. Before they reworked it, it was probably top of amazing, probably the best Keto weapon right now. But now that it's not cheesy anymore, you have to aim it yourself. I really don't think it's that good. I think there's much better weapons to go on the Keto build. Now that it's nerfed. So yeah, Keto might have taken a hit because of the rework. Alright, next we have the Quincy Hakuda Universal. I am putting this top of good. Why? Because if you are going a Quincy Hakuda build, you have to be on this weapon. I mean, it's a TP crit. It used to have hyper armor, now it doesn't. It's still so good though. It confirms like Toras if you're fast enough, and it's just really good. The wind up is super short. It's such a good crit to use if you're Quincy Hakuda. So yeah, I recommend, if you're going Quincy Hakuda, use this weapon because of the short windup. You can basically use that at any range, and it combo extends. Alright, next we have karate style. Karate, I'm gonna put in alright, maybe bottom of good. Why? The crit is okay, it block breaks, it TPs you to them. The TP is kind of wonky at sometimes though, so it's not always like 100% guarantee it's a combo extender. But I feel like the thing that carries the style is the M1s. The M1s, they are the fastest in the game. I used karate in my Itadori video. I was landing M1s so crazy. I was able to use my ultra skill twice because of how fast those M1s are. People just could not parry them. If you're going karate, you definitely just want an M1 because no one is going to be able to parry those M1s. So that's why I'm putting it in alright. Maybe bottom of good. These, I'd say, obviously if you're going Hakuda, I'd pick the Quincy Universal over karate, but it is still a very good style. Next we have Oathbreaker. Not gonna lie, from what I've seen, and from what I've seen like YouTubers say, other YouTubers say, videos about it, I'm gonna have to put it in mid, just because the crit just doesn't seem all that good. It's a super close range crit. The M1s are kind of wonky. It makes you run kind of weird. I don't know. The effect, it steals Ray while you have it on, but I don't know, I really don't think it's that good. I feel like there's much better options to use. So yeah, that's why I'm putting it in mid. Unless hopefully they buff this weapon, because it is a cool looking weapon. I can't lie, I would love to use it, and I would definitely use it if I got it, but it just seems kind of mid. Next we have Kehren. Kehren, probably the best, second best, if not the best Quincy weapon right now. Why? The lunging crit does 90% of posture, basically is going to guard break all the time. The empowered crit is really good, and all you have to do to get it is parry 5 times, which hopefully you can do that. Yeah, I love launching crits. I love how it just lunges me forward. The way it lunges me forward, I just love. I always use it on my Quincy builds. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I put Kehren, probably the best Quincy weapon. If you're looking for a Quincy weapon that is good and you want to be a comp player, Kehren is going to be the way to go. Next I have Greatlance. Greatlance I'll put in alright. I mean, I don't see many people use this weapon. I personally haven't used it myself, but I know it's another lunging crit. It block breaks. There's an empowered version too, depending on how many charges you have. But I just think it's okay. It's a great sword. Great swords are pretty easy to parry. This weapon is pretty easy to parry. The crit is basically just Kehren, but I feel like worse because it's a heavy weapon. So yeah, I don't know. I'd rather pick Kehren over Greatlance, but Greatlance is still usable and viable if you want to use it. Next we have the Quincy Muramasa. I'm gonna put this in good. I'm putting in good. Probably it's kind of interchangeable with these. I'm putting in good because if you land the first hit, you get hyper armor. That's always a plus. The range is okay. I mean, Quincy Kendo, it's obviously a good pick. It's still good. It ragdolls. It does good damage. So yeah, if you have Muramasa and you want to go and you want to use it on your Quincy Kendo build, I recommend it. Next, I'm gonna rank Spalten. Spalten, can't lie, Kehren, Spalten, they're definitely at the top right now. Spalten, I'm using it right now. Originally, I didn't think it was good, but it basically is a combo extending crit. I mean, you can pull off crazy combos with it. It's hard to parry because of the slow windup, which in some cases might be bad, but I feel like it's so good because of the timing. People just have a tough time parrying it, and if you do land it, you basically can land a free move after. So yeah, I mean, fast and 1 speed, good crit, good damage. I mean, it's a recipe for S tier. So I'd say if you're gonna go a Quincy build, you want to use Kehren or Spalten. Alright, so if you have noticed, I'm putting all the main weapons first because these weapons back here, nobody really uses anyway, but I will still rank them. So, next on the list we have Zweis. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to personally put Zweis in mid. Why? I personally used to be a Zweis connoisseur. I love the weapon. I switched to it when it first came out, and I was on it all the way up until it received some harsh nerfs. Like, one crit puts the other crits on cooldown. I really think that's what killed the weapon. Like, the reason why this weapon was so good is because the forward crit and then the standing crit synchronized so well with each other. It just was great for combos. I mean, I don't know, I feel like they nerfed it too bad to the point it's really not even like usable in my opinion anymore. But I mean, you can still use it. The M1s are still pretty fast, and the standing crit is still good, but the fact that the standing and forward crits don't go together anymore, I just feel like that's really what killed the weapon for me. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in mid. Next we have Quincy, the Quincy Speed Universal. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna have to go in trash, sadly. Why you may ask? Because they nerfed it too bad. It used to be, once again, I was a pioneer of this weapon. I love this weapon. I have a video. I'm using it in the first video on my channel, or not the first video on my channel, but my first video back to Type Soul. And it used to be so good. Didn't cancel on parry. Would basically go through block. It block broke so easily. It would rack up soul style like super fast. This with Serum W was a deadly combo, but now it cancels on parry, and because it's basically an auto parry crit. So really all you have to do is, if you're getting hit by it, click F once and it cancels now. So I just feel like it really, I don't know, I feel like it killed the weapon for me. I just don't think it's good anymore. So yeah, the M1s are still good obviously, but if you're gonna go Quincy speed build, I recommend going another weapon because they kind of killed the weapon. Alright, next we have Warden. For this half of the video, these are the weapons that people don't really use, so I'm going to kind of keep it quick, but I will still give you a full explanation on why I put it where it is. So, Warden. Warden, I would say it's alright. It still combo extends in the air if you use it, but obviously you can't do the cheese that made it so good in the first place, which was the Warden crit and the grand entrance into Catching Dragon. That combo at its time was probably the best combo in the game, but obviously it's not good anymore, or it's not true anymore, so I'm gonna have to put it in alright. If you're gonna go Quincy Hakuda, obviously the Quincy Universal is probably the best way to go, which is why I'm putting in alright. Speaking of Cang Claws, I don't have them on this list for some reason, but I would put them in good. If you're over 50 Hakuda, they still have that stun, so I think they're still pretty good. But yeah, I don't have them on that list, but if you are looking for where they are, I would put them in good. Next we have the Quincy Glock. I mean, I'm just gonna put this in mid. I don't know, the crit is okay. It's basically just a clavier, but worse because it doesn't auto track or nothing. The M ones are okay, they're not really that ranged. Alright, so next we have Reichwite. I'll put this in bottom of alright, maybe above Warden. Just, this used to be the Kendo Quincy weapon signature, but obviously, I don't know why. It really hasn't gotten any nerfs, but people just don't use it anymore because there are better options. The crit is kind of easy to avoid now. I mean, everyone knows the basic combo, the crit into a Rising Swallow. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows how to dodge it now. Everyone knows how to parry it now. So it kind of has just fell off because of mediocre, slow, easy to parry M1s. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna put it in alright, because I don't really see people using it anymore. Alright, next we have the balance. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to put this in good. Why? Because I mean, I was using it in a Quincy Keto video that I have since taken down from my channel, but when I was using it, it was basically just another projectile that people had to avoid. It's hard to parry, it block breaks. If you're balanced, it gives you order, which is obviously always good because that means you can heal more. But the M1s are kind of wonky, but makes them hard to parry. And the crit basically comes out instantly. There is a windup, obviously, but the windup is very short. I just think it's a good weapon overall that is kind of slept on, but people, if you don't have a weapon and you want to know a weapon to go, I recommend you go it. Next we have, I believe it's called Quilge. This is, I feel like this is self-explanatory. This is probably the worst weapon in the game. I cannot lie, this weapon is not good. The crit, even if you hit it, it lasts like 1.5 seconds, if that. It's easy to avoid. I don't know, I think there's much better options, obviously, that you can use. So I recommend not using this weapon because this is probably the worst crit in the game out of all the races. Next we have Cutlass. Cutlass, I'm gonna have to put in mid. I just feel like it doesn't launch you as far. It does still block break. The M1s are okay, but there's much better options with the ones in Amazing, with Spalten and Kehren. Just, if you want to go Cutlass, you can, but I just don't recommend it because it is not that good. Next we have Antithesis. Antithesis, I'm also going to put in mid. I mean, it's a good weapon. I think it can combo extend in some instances. It's just the fact that it barely lunges you forward. It's pretty easy to dodge. It does block break, or no, it doesn't even block break. You have to land all three to block break, I think. So yeah, I just think it's kind of mid. Like, there really just isn't a point to using it when there's so much better weapons. And finally, we have Schwert. Schwert, I'm also going to put in mid. There's a lot of mid Quincy weapons right now because I don't know, Quincy weapons, they don't really get added a lot. So, like the old ones, they don't get buffed or anything, so a lot get outshined and kind of just left in the dust. Schwert, the crit is good, but I feel like the balance crit is just basically that, but better. It has more AoE, it does travel a little slower, but it does more damage. The M1s are better. I feel like just the balance is a way better version of the Schwert. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you guys want other tier lists, I'm happy to share my opinion because I have been playing this game for a while, so I kind of know like what to do or like where things rank and how good things are. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys enjoy my tier list, I believe this is pretty fairly ranked. I mean, from my experience as being a Quincy, which for the past like month or so I have just been maining Quincy. So yeah, if you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe, and I just want to say thank you for that. Make sure to leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.